Today, Tim Chester offers some more of James Janeway. Chester has given this day the title Stars Dwelling with Dust and offers this Bible verse. Once you were alienated from God and were enemies in your minds because of your evil behaviour. But now he has reconciled you by Christ's physical body through death to present you holy in his sight, without blemish and free from accusation. Chester reflects, sin is a declaration of war. It is an act of revolution in which we depose our rightful king and try to put ourselves in his place. So ever since the Garden of Eden, human beings have been enemies of God. Until Jesus. Jesus came to bring peace. Jesus died a rebel's death to reconcile rebels to God. The wide gulf between us and God has been bridged at the cross. And so now God offers a peace treaty. Today, James Janeway continues his exhortation to come to God through Jesus, and then gives us words of praise to respond to God's gracious invitation. Humanity was made from the dust of the earth, but in his love, God has condescended to embrace the dust, make a covenant with the dust, and dwell with the dust. How can we refuse? What do you say now? Are you resolved to come to Jesus or not? Shall the infinite majesty of heaven condescend to offer himself to be loved and embraced by sinful dust? And shall God say, I will be your father? And shall not the sinner say, I would be your child? Why should the heart of every apostate and rebellious traitor who has forfeited life and soul not leap at such good news and say, will God, despite everything, lay aside the conflicts and conclude a peace? Will he receive rebels with mercy? Will he open his doors to prodigals? Is there still the possibility of hope? Is it possible that such sins as mine should be forgiven? Can it be conceived that a creature like me should be embraced? What? Look upon me? Will God indeed take me into his favour? Yes, you. Behold, he calls you, he offers you his son, a kingdom, a crown. Look, the Father meets us. Look, he hastens to greet his returning prodigal. And now, Lord, what shall your servants say to you? For we are silenced with wonder and must sit down with astonishment, for we cannot utter the least jot of your praises. What does the height of this strange love mean? Oh, that the God of heaven and earth should condescend to enter into a covenant with his dust and take to his heart the viperous brood that have spat their venom in his face. We are not worthy to be your servants. How much less are we worthy to be your children and heirs and to become partakers of all those blessed liberties and privileges which you have settled upon us. But for your goodness' sake, and according to your own heart, you have done all these great things. We are astonished and ravished with wonder, for the infinite breach is made up. The offender is received. God and man are reconciled. A covenant of peace has been made. Heaven and earth have agreed on the terms. They have shaken hands and signed the contract. Happy conclusion, blessed conjunction. Shall the stars dwell with the dust? Shall the wide distant poles, north and south, east and west, embrace together? But here, an infinitely greater distance has been bridged.
God of the moon and the stars, God of the near and far, God of the fragile hearts we are, I come to you. God of our history, God of the future that will be, what will you make of me? I come to you. God of the meek and mild, God of the reckless and the wild, God of the unreconciled, I come to you. God of our life and death, God of our secrets unconfessed, God of our every living breath, I come to you. God of the rich and poor, God of the princess and the whore, God of the ever-open door, I come to you. God of the unborn child, God of the pure and undefiled, God of the outcast and reviled, I come to you. God of the war and peace, God of the junkie and the priest, God of the greatest and the least, I come to you. God of the refugee, God of the prisoner and the free, God of my doubt and certainty, I come to you. God of our joy and grief, God of the lawyer and the thief, God of our faith and unbelief, I come to you. God of the wounds we bear, God of the deepest dreams we share, God of our unspoken prayer, I come to you. God of a world that's lost, God of a lonely cross, God who has come